Welcome back to S Recaps. Today, I'll be talking about a disaster movie from 2020 called Greenland. Just a heads up, there will be spoilers, so be cautious. The movie starts with construction work happening on a big building. Two men are discussing some delays, and it's clear that the boss, John, is feeling frustrated with the situation. Shortly after, John is driving his car while listening to the radio, which is reporting about an interstellar comet passing close to Earth. He arrives at a suburban neighborhood and approaches a house, feeling hesitant to go inside. Eventually, he enters a room where a woman is working out on a treadmill. That woman is Ally, his wife. They engage in an awkward conversation about their son Nathan and his upcoming birthday party. The son arrives and is thrilled to see his father. They head to the boy's room and discuss a drawing he made of the incoming comet, which he named Clark. As they lie on the bed, it's revealed that the boy is diabetic. They also discuss John's separation from his mother. Later, the three of them are in the living room, listening to the news about the comet. The news reports that the interstellar body is moving rapidly towards Earth and is composed of many pieces of ice trailing behind it. That night, John is seen moving back into the house, taking a guest room. The next morning, he listens to the news about the comet again. The reports mention that pieces of the comet will fall on Earth, but assure that there's no need to worry. While John is cleaning the grill for the upcoming party, Ally walks in and tells him that he needs to go to the store to pick up a few things. He takes his son with him, and while they're still in the parking lot, everyone is looking up at the sky, watching the comet approach. Inside the store, as they are shopping, John receives a presidential alert on his phone followed by an automated call. No one else in the store is getting the same alert. He's informed that he, along with his wife and son, are chosen for emergency shelter relocation. The same alert is shown on the house TV, but Ally doesn't see it. John quickly leaves the store with his son. On their way home, they spot military vehicles and planes going in the opposite direction. When they get back, people are already gathered for the party. In the kitchen, John asks Ally if she got the same alert, but she thinks it's just a test. He tells her about the military he saw, making him suspicious about the comet. They both go back to the living room where everyone watches the news, expecting to see the comet hit the Atlantic Ocean. No one seems worried as they watch an image of the fragment on TV. The kids start counting down, waiting for the splash. But nothing happens at first. Then there's a small earthquake. John steps out of the house and sees birds flying away. Suddenly, a huge shockwave hits him and everyone inside. He returns and everyone is scared but still listens to the news. The newscaster says the piece hit a city in Florida, causing a shockwave felt for miles. The city is completely destroyed, as shown in the news footage of the comet impact. People wonder if more pieces will hit the planet. John receives another presidential alert, with the message playing on both his phone and the TV for everyone to see. None of the others receive the same message, which states that John can only take his family to the shelter. He receives a security code on his phone to enter the plane. While others panic and leave, John and Ally pack, worried if they'll have enough insulin for the boy. The child inquires about his grandpa, while Ally busies herself with food preparation and listens to the distressing news. John heads to fetch Nathan, who observes the sky resembling flames. Leaving the driveway, they notice their friends didn't receive the same call. A friend informs them of the news reporting a colossal comet fragment dubbed Planet Killer, set to strike Earth in 2 days. As they depart, another neighbor rushes to them, pleading to take their daughter. John declines and they drive off, debating in the car that even if they did take her, she might be turned away at the airbase. Later, as they drive, they witness people looting stores. Suddenly, they encounter a huge traffic jam on the highway, prompting John to take a side road. They listen to the news on the radio, reporting additional impacts and the possibility of more, potentially devastating entire cities or even leading to an extinction-level event. Arriving at the airbase, guarded by the military, people crowd around the doors, unable to enter. The family pushes through the crowd and gains entrance with the barcode they received. Inside, they receive wristbands for personal identification and are instructed to consolidate their belongings into one smaller bag. Suddenly, they realize Nathan's insulin is missing, and John goes to retrieve it from the car. Ally approaches the soldiers to inform them about her husband, but inadvertently mentions the boy's diabetes, causing a complication. She's brought to a superior officer who explains that someone with a chronic condition can't board the plane. Ally attempts to plead her case, but she's denied. She and her son are escorted out of the base. Meanwhile, John returns and heads toward the planes, unaware of the situation. John boards one of the planes about to depart and attempts to find Ally, but a fellow passenger informs him about the rules concerning chronic illnesses upon seeing the insulin. John panics and requests to leave the plane. Suddenly, the base is breached and people start shooting at the military. John's plane has a fuel leak, so he instructs everyone to evacuate and flees himself. The plane explodes, triggering a chain reaction that causes all the planes to explode. John discovers that his family has been rejected while he's already back at the car with Nathan, who is running low on insulin. Amidst the chaos in front of the base, John takes some time to return to the car. Once there, he finds a message from Ally stating that she's taking Nathan to her dad's place. John sets off after them. On the road, Ally and Nathan reach a pharmacy where Ally checks Nathan's blood sugar. They then search for insulin for him. Suddenly, a gang enters and starts shooting, causing chaos and death. Ally and Nathan manage to escape and get into a car with some people who agree to take them part of the way to her dad's place. However, the couple Ally is riding with quickly starts acting suspiciously. Before she knows it, they forcefully eject her from the car, taking her son and leaving her stranded on the highway after stealing her wristband. Meanwhile, John is fortunate to find a ride up north in a truck. Inside, John strikes up a conversation with one of the men, Colin, who informs him that they are headed to Canada. The driver knows someone with a plane who can transport people to shelters. Apparently, the military has established shelters in Greenland. The man advises John to locate his family and rendezvous with them in Canada so they can catch a plane to another destination. However, he notices John's wristband and insists that John hand it over. When John refuses, a violent altercation erupts, leading to chaos in the truck. The ensuing fight causes the truck to spin out of control and crash, throwing passengers from the back. Despite the crash, the fight persists, and John ends up fatally injuring the man. Sadly, Colin also loses his life in the crash. Meanwhile, Ally manages to catch another ride towards the base where the individuals who took Nathan are headed. Nathan is still with them when they arrive at the airport base. During the initial stop, as they are checking wristbands, Nathan informs a soldier that those people are not his parents. Consequently, they are escorted away, and Nathan is taken inside. Later, Ally also arrives at the base and frantically searches for Nathan, moving from one stop to another and from one medical unit to another. Finally, she locates him and is relieved to learn that he has received insulin. The nurse says she'll help Ally find a military transport to her father's city and that she will stock her with medicine for Nathan. John breaks into a house to find water and food. He quickly checks the news and discovers that the main impact of the comet is expected in just under 24 hours. Hurriedly, he finds keys to the family's car and drives to Ally's dad's place. There, he finds him playing cards with his friends and asks about his daughter. Despite past differences, they agree to work together to find her and Nathan. Meanwhile, Ally and Nathan arrive at a gas station and call home. John and her father rush to pick them up, and finally, the family is reunited. They all return home and confirm that the information John received about the shelters was correct. John convinces Ally that they should go to Canada and take their chances there. They start preparing for the journey, but they can't persuade Ally's father to come with them. Suddenly, a giant piece of the comet falls nearby, prompting them to leave immediately. Ally's father gives John a gun and bids farewell as they drive away. During the drive, John and Ally reconnect, promising to stick together. They encounter a blockade on the road, and debris from the Comet starts falling all around them. John maneuvers the car out from the line of cars, but the fragments are falling everywhere. Ally moves to the back to shield Nathan, while John searches for shelter. They stop near a bridge where others are hiding, but John rushes off to assist a man trapped in a burning car. Later that night, they continue their journey and enter Canada. While searching for the airport, they listen to the radio and learn that the largest part of the comet is about to hit Earth, potentially causing mass destruction. As they drive, they spot one plane taking off and another about to do the same, so they pursue the second one. John stops the plane by blocking its path with his car. The pilot is hesitant to take them on board due to being already full, but they manage to persuade him otherwise. John has a dream about happier times. When he wakes up, they are nearing Greenland. Initially, it appears untouched by the comet, but suddenly, a fragment hits the water, causing a shockwave that hits the plane. Both engines start failing as the pilot struggles to keep the plane airborne. They manage to glide through the air and land smoothly, but they crash into a glacier. Upon impact, the pilots are trapped, and despite John's efforts, he can't assist them. However, spotting a military plane landing nearby, he guides the other passengers there. Upon arrival, a military truck transports them to a shelter. As they enter, the planet killer strikes, and the impact is imminent, yet they continue moving deeper into the shelter, seeking safety. Inside the shelter, they brace themselves for the impact. A flashback reveals their happier times together. 9 months later, they emerge to find a desolate planet, cities in ruins. A radio signal searches for survivors, confirming that the dust has settled and there's no radiation. The shelter hatches open, revealing the family alive amidst the planet's devastation. They witness a bird flying outside, a symbol of hope. As they emerge, radio signals from around the globe indicate survivors everywhere. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.